What are we looking for right now with everyone working from home? We want to make sure that your employees have a seamless office-like performance no matter where they're working, whether it's like me from their kitchen table, from a home office. You want them to have access securely to email, their internet, their custom applications through work, VoIP access, and then also access to you guys, IT support. My guy, Cody, who I bug constantly when I'm in the Meraki office, is not in my apartment with me. So how can he help me remotely? So some of these challenges we just talked about, Cody's not here. Cody can't help me if there's issues. You need to make sure that your employees are connected. They're able to access their corporate data and work as if they were sitting in the office. They don't, they're using consumer grade network security at their home. And then for you guys to have visibility into what they're running and how their network and their applications and their tools are performing. So we're going to talk about how Meraki can help with all this stuff. Meraki is Cisco's cloud-managed networking solution. What this means is from day one, from the ground up, we were built to be managed remotely. All of the gear that we have now, all of our tools are accessed through Dashboard. It's our cloud-hosted platform. So literally from day one, we were meant to be managed remotely, and especially with everything going on right now, the amount of tools that we have, visibility, it's just incredible for your workers that are at their home or working wherever. Cool thing about Meraki in regards to people working from home or working in different locations is it truly is a zero-touch deployment. So you can place an order for 20 Z devices, which I'll talk about here in a minute. It's a teleworker device, really awesome. You can place an order for 20 of those. When you place that order, you can apply the serial numbers to Dashboard. You'll get that in an email. You can start configuring those devices. I'll talk about configuration templates in a minute. You can set a template and say, I want all of these devices to be set up and configured exactly the same. Simply apply those directly to those devices. As the hardware is shipping out to your remote workers, you're getting that all ready to go and set up for them. So literally once it arrives at their house, they just take it out, they plug it in, let it pull internet connection, pull all those configurations from Dashboard, and they're up and running. That's it. When you're plugging in a Meraki device at your home, which I've done a couple times, literally just wait for the light to turn green and you're all good to go. So being able to quickly get these devices out to your remote workers no matter where they are and set it up before they arrive on site, huge tool for you guys in getting these out quickly with little lift for your end users. Then once they're there, we've got a ton of remote visibility and troubleshooting tools. Again, Meraki was built from day one to do this stuff. It's not fun that we're all working from home. It's definitely been challenging, but the tool set and the dashboard that we already have makes it a seamless transition for those already using Meraki. All the same visibility you're getting at any of your corporate locations, you're getting that for your remote users. All right, so how can we help give someone an experience when they're sitting at their kitchen table, as I am, that they are in the office, accessing all their information and secured while working from wherever? So this is going to be our MX-Z series devices. So these are security devices. These are SD-WAN boxes. It's an all-in-one. We have a tool we call Auto VPN. So you get your beefier MX device at HQ or your data center, and then you have all of your Z devices or small MX devices at all those remote locations. And through Dashboard, with just a couple simple clicks, Dashboard creates those VPN tunnels. I kid you not, it takes about 2 minutes to get VPN set up between your data center and all your remote locations or your remote users. So that little box in front, the black one, that's a Z3 or a Z3C. This is a teleworker device. This thing was literally built to go home with someone or go to someone's small office. Services about 5 devices, got a PoE port on there so you can plug in a phone, and it gives you direct connection to all the corporate data that you might need from wherever you're working. So we already had this device before, everything happened and people are working from home. So, this device was literally built to handle this type of at-home network traffic. Or you can put a small MX there. We've got wireless and cellular backup options. So I mentioned Z3C. The C means cellular backup. It means it has an integrated LTE slot directly onto the device. So you can simply insert a SIM card, and it provides that cellular failover no matter where that device is. So we talk about Auto VPN. This is kind of what that looks like. You've got that small MX device or Z3 with your remote worker. wireless goes out of those Z devices or our small MX6W devices, creates that auto VPN through dashboard directly back to the MX that's at HQ or your data center. So easy, simple to use for your end users, and for you, so simple to set up with all the same, security and accessibility of your corporate offices that you already have. So my man Eric was talking about all these Cisco security tools. The great part about Meraki is we are Cisco, right? We have all the same security backbone tools that Cisco has that we can apply directly into our devices. So that file protection with AMP using ThreatGrid. We can do IDS, IPS using Snort. That DNS protection using Cisco Umbrella. If you've got full suite Umbrella, you can apply some of those tokens through Meraki Dashboard, get that same level of DNS security, and all powered by that big boy Talos that Eric was talking about. Literally made me laugh when he was talking about what the guy that worked there looked like with this hoodie. I could just see it so clearly. All those guys and all the work that they do are baked directly into the Meraki platform with all of the Cisco backing that we have. All right, so on top of this, so we've got connectivity, we've got our MX or our Z device. Now I'm going to take it a step further. How can I make sure that the applications that my end users are utilizing are working properly or functioning as they should? And how can I check my WAN connections throughout all my remote locations? So Meraki Insight is a license. It's a separate product. It's a license that can be applied on top of an MX device and provides end-to-end web application health and WAN health, checking all the MX uplinks across all of your sites and your teleworkers. So cool story about this tool. When they first announced it, they obviously released it to the internal Meraki team. We had Gmail on there. So one day, everyone's all of a sudden our Gmail's not working. We're all clicking around, not sure what to do. Our IT team, our internal Meraki IT team, within 5 minutes of everyone noticing stuff's going on, they send us a note. They checked Meraki Insight. There's an issue with the Google server, like the actual, Google Gmail server. So the problem wasn't internal to us, and they were working with Google to get that fixed as quickly as possible. 30 minutes later, Google tweets that they were having issues with their own servers, and there might be some interruption to the users. So that's how quickly that troubleshooting can go for you with your remote users. So, our team was able to tell us within minutes that Google servers were having issues. 30 minutes later, Google's, kind of telling the world, hey, we had some issues. So being able to pinpoint where problems are quickly and either remediate or reach out to the teams that you need to help fix them, I mean, that's the huge benefit with Meraki Insight. So we're talking some of the models we might be using for home workers. I know I mentioned those Z devices, Z3 and Z3C. Again, the C is that cellular backup. If we're looking at some of those smaller MX devices, these are mainly kind of made for smaller branch offices, but I've got an MX64 here at my house. Love it, works great. The Z series, you have those PoE ports directly, so you can plug in a phone or whatever you need directly to that device and give your users a full at-home work experience. They've got their phone, they've got their connection, access to all their corporate data, and they're ready to go. Licensing for these, I kind of talked about, these are SD-WAN boxes. For enterprise, licensing comes with SD-WAN feature set, which means you have 2 uplinks. You can make decisions using the software dashboard that chooses which path that traffic is going over. All of that's already included within our enterprise licensing. If you move to advanced licensing, that's where we're getting a lot of those Cisco security features that I talked about, Eric touched on, embedded into the MXs that you're using. And then a separate license outside of the MX, but an add-on there is Meraki Insight. Goes by sizes based on the MX that it's being put on. Extra small being for those Z devices, smalls being for the MX6 series. So again, that's web application, WAN health, VoIP health, all that's in Meraki Insight.